For the last 2 years, I have been saying, mostly jokingly, that if Republicans took the lead on impeachment, if they removed Trump from office, suddenly they get to be the heroes of the public. They can secure longevity in the House and Senate, possibly even in the White House. But if they took the lead, suddenly they make the Democrats look weak and stupid, and Republicans get to remove their own guy and look like the heroes. I never in my wildest dreams thought they would actually do that. But apparently, maybe they were listening. A new group called Republicans for the Rule of Law has put together an ad featuring prominent Republicans from past administrations who are essentially telling us that we have to impeach the president. Here's the ad.
This administration, in my view, has an absolute disregard for the law.
The Mueller report makes a very strong case on obstruction of justice.
Were the president anybody other than the president, he would have been subject to indictment.
My name is Jeffrey Harris.
My name is Paul Rosenzweig.
My name is Donald Ayer.
I was the Deputy Associate Attorney General in the Reagan administration.
I was a Republican appointee at the Department of Homeland Security.
And I served as Deputy Attorney General under George H.W. Bush. In the Mueller report, there is a damning case of obstruction of justice by the president.
Obstruction of justice is any act to interfere with an investigation being conducted.
Immediately after the president takes office, he begins to interfere in the Russian investigation. The first thing he does is he tries to influence the head of the FBI, James Comey, in asking him to go easy on Michael Flynn. And when that doesn't work out, he fires James Comey. You then had very shortly thereafter the appointment of the special counsel, Robert Mueller. The president then actively involved himself in trying to prevent Mueller from becoming the special counsel and then ultimately to be removed.
The most notable obstructive act was the president's instruction to his White House counsel, Don McGahn, to fire Mr. Mueller.
McGahn refused to do it, and then the president
asked Don McGahn to put a false document in the file saying that the president never ordered him to fire Bob Mueller.
Asking a witness to lie to create a false record is a classic case of obstruction of justice.
One of the most disturbing things to me is the conduct of Republicans. They know that there is a damning case in the Mueller report of obstruction of justice by the president, and they are acting like it's not.
Conservatives are all about conserving history, conserving morality, conserving the country. If you really believe in those sorts of principles, now is the time to put your principles first. It's not a time to sit silent.
Now, on Thursday, Bill Kristol tweeted that out, and he said, here it is from Republicans for the Rule of Law, and soon in a shorter version coming as an ad to a TV set near you, senior GOP lawyers on Trump's obstruction of justice. So Bill Kristol is telling us they're going to shorten this up a bit. They're going to run it on ads all over this country so that everybody in the country understands exactly what Donald Trump did. Why the hell were the Democrats not the ones to put this together? Why did it have to be the Republicans? Right? This is something that Democrats could have easily done. Create a 30 to 60 second ad. Same design here. Send it out to TV stations all over the country and run it. And that's all you have to do. That's all you had to do. And you couldn't do it. Just this one little thing. Talented video editor could have put this together in a day. Could have been ready to go. Could have sent it out, uploaded the files, whatever it is. Put it on YouTube if you have to. Just tweet it out. I don't care. But you couldn't even do that. You had to let the Republicans come forward, come up with the idea, do a better job of it, and then present it to the public as if Republicans were the saviors. Folks, I was joking when I said Republicans could be the saviors of this country. I didn't think they'd take it seriously, but apparently they did. And I guess I apologize for that. But here's the thing. I don't believe for a second that any of these Republicans actually do care about the rule of law. I mean, let's be honest here. The people they pulled from, the Reagan administration, yeah, they were so for the rule of law back then. Same thing with George Bush administration, George W. Bush administration. Yeah, they were all known as just being totally by the book, rule of law 100%. There are definitely ulterior motives here, especially with Bill Kristol. These people just don't like Donald Trump. They love his policies. They've admitted they love his policies. And they agree with pretty much everything he's done except maybe the tariffs. And I think that's the ulterior motive. With these tariffs, every consumer in the United States loses money on pretty much everything we buy. But you know who's losing more money? Are the wealthy people. The wealthy elite. They're losing a lot of money because the stock market keeps tanking every time Donald Trump says the T word. And he's been saying it a lot. Stock market's been dropping a lot. Rich people are losing money. They got their tax break. They're saving billions upon billions of dollars. But now they're starting to lose some of it because of the trade war. And that's what set these Republicans off. Make no mistake about it. Any other Republican sitting in that Oval Office today would have tried to kill the Affordable Care Act, would be probably locking kids in cages, would have passed that Republican tax cut, would have put horrible judges in courts all over this country. The only thing they may not have done is put those tariffs in place. And of course, they wouldn't be an international embarrassment to the country, and they wouldn't be out there bullying and making fun of and coming up with cutesy little nicknames for their political opponents on Twitter. They'd all have a little bit more class, even if deep down they were horrible human beings. So, on the one hand, I guess I'm glad that somebody in this country finally took a little bit of initiative to create an ad like this. But on the other, I'm extremely pissed off that it's being done by horrible people with ulterior motives who are not going to change any of the policies that the president has put in place. The Democrats should have done this. But as they typically do, because we've got shitty people in leadership, they're going to sit back, let Republicans capture the narrative, and suddenly that party gets to be the heroes for everyone who wants to see Trump gone. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.